All right, let's move on to the first game that I did bet. Jets -3 at +100 against the Dolphins at Miami. Already locked it in. Xavier Howard on IR. I'm not entirely sure how long these threes will last for, but they're lasting right now. We have seen a 6-cent move towards the New York Jets at Pinnacle. This total opened at 40. There's 40.5s. There's 41s. Man, last night we were live betting the game on Live Line, and Donnie, it was pretty wild. I took the Jets over 1.5 field goals at +200. Of course, they gave me 0 field goals. But I also had the pass attempts by Fitzmagic for over 33.5.
Yeah.
And they gave me that pass attempt at the end of the game. I did not deserve it. That pass, so-called pass to the offensive lineman, gave me 34. It was uncomfortable watching those last few plays. I was like, just throw the ball, and he kept getting sacked. It was very difficult to watch. I'm going to back the Jets here, and I'm interested in the over. I want to hear what you have to say about total and side. Both teams can put up points. Jets should win this game. A short week for the Fish. As I said, Howard on IR. Darnold does not get the protection that he needs. Question is he still dealing with mono? Mosley out till mid-December. I was thinking maybe I should wait until Le'Veon Bell is traded or not traded, but I went ahead and made the move. Cowboys want Jamal Adams. I do not think that's going to happen. There's Drew Barron in the house joining us. Thank you for joining us, Drew. Donnie Rightside, Jets, Dolphins.
I think you're right, Jimmy. I think you're right. And this is one of those deals where you're trying to bite the bullet before not really knowing what's going to happen, because we saw a lot of smoke. Hey, Le'Veon Bell's up for sale right now. What happens if he goes? Robbie Anderson is up for sale. What happens if he goes? Marcus May or whoever in the secondary, Jamal Adams, might be up for sale. What happens if he goes? Then looking at the depleted roster, the white flag is raised. What the hell are we actually doing playing football here? We're just going to go down to Miami and take a vacation. But the opposite actually happened. Nobody moves on from the Jets, which is a plus if you're sitting on the Jets, obviously at this point. You saw the look-ahead lines. What were they? 6.5 in that range. Now they're down to 2. And actually, Jimmy, I have FanDuel in New Jersey showing a -2.5, -115 now on the Jets. How could you take the Jets? The Jets really stink. Well, there's a different level of stinking and there's a different level of talent, because when you take a look at the Miami Dolphins, the one player they actually had on defense, Xavier Howard, makes a nice interception last night, goes out with an injury. They IR him because they already know their season is actually over at this point. It doesn't feel like it was like one of those Custer's last stands, like, we're up 14-0. Why don't we go ahead and win this football game? And they played absolutely disastrous football over the final 3 quarters, like the not so talented football team that they are. Yeah, Fitzmagic might make some play or twos and throw it over the middle, but they're so woefully inept with overall skill positions here. I actually think you're getting a cheap line, as crazy as it sounds, on how bad the Jets have played. The Jets are markedly more talented across the board than the Miami Dolphins. I like your look here, Jimmy.
I agree. They're better. I can't believe there's a 2.5 available. I would hammer that if I could. Mr. Izzo says Jets team total over. Tomer talking about how the Jets moved Leonard Williams. Robert Weimer says Jets lose here outright. Flippers will find a way to play the entire game against the Ghost Men. And I think that the Jets have a ton of value here. Rob Bemenek says Adam Gase always looks like he's about to have a stroke. Truckin' Six God says Finn's first half has been cashing. But I like the Jets here. I think we're getting a discount on Darnold, who will be better, and I'm on these Jets.